the right, Dave Engwards, who's the president, and Mike Stevens, who's the CEO. They're the co-founders of the company. And Buzz Thomas is here from Thomas Group Consulting to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And please make yourselves comfortable. We've got beer guys in a beer hall, so have a seat or stand however you're comfortable, and they'll be happy to take your questions.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming this morning. We're going to keep it pretty, loose, question and answer. We're, as Matt said, we're beer guys, so we typically keep things pretty mellow and keep it simple. But we do have exciting news today to announce the reopening of the Detroit tap room. We want to do this right, and we want to make sure that when we open our doors that we do the best job we can for the folks of Detroit. In that effort, we're going to be looking to hire a GM. We're going through that process right now. We expect that to take a couple months, obviously, to find a qualified person. And once we get that in place, we're going to really accelerate things to get the doors open. But what we're really excited to announce is that when we do open, our plan is to give 100% of the profits back to the community of Detroit. And in that effort, we've got a lot of things to put together, a lot of folks to talk to. But what we're really striving to do here is to work with the community. We want to work with fellow Detroiters. We want to work with the neighborhoods. We want to work with our staff and understand where we should deploy those funds so that we really engage with the community in a very serious way. So out of all of this, as we all know, the last couple weeks have been tough. We see a great future for Founders and a great future for our tap room and how we can impact the community of Detroit.
So you mentioned you'll be hiring a new general manager. Will there also be staffing changes or meetings talking about race relations and such?
Yeah, what we're doing is we're actually announced to our staff that we'll be paying them through the rest of the year. We want to take care of our crew down here. We are looking for a new general manager, as stated, and once that is in place, then we have to quickly kind of reassess how we're doing everything, when we're going to open, and what that looks like. So then we'll be getting back with our staff and having those conversations.
Can you talk about the diversity and inclusion training and strategy that will be company-wide as outlined in this release?
Yeah. I'll let Buzz jump in on this as well.
Well, I think first and foremost we want to talk about the Thomas Group that we've engaged with here in Detroit. And Buzz is going to act as our interim diversity and inclusion director. And he's going to put together a really robust program for us and take it to the next level from where we've come from.
Yeah, so in 1890, I want to take you through a little history lesson in Detroit. 1890, William Webb Ferguson was denied service at the Geis European Hotel in downtown Detroit, which is currently Campus Martius. He filed the state's first public accommodations lawsuit that went to the state Supreme Court. He won that case in 1890, effectively desegregating the state of Michigan and all of its public accommodations. William Webb Ferguson then was elected to the Michigan legislature in 1892. 104 years later, I was elected to the House of Representatives. What's significant is William Webb Ferguson was my great-great-granduncle. So I believe that equity and inclusion work is embedded in my DNA. It's how I live my life. It's what I have devoted my personal and professional life to. So working for meaningful economic and commercial empowerment is very important. So our work at Thomas Group is very simple. We help our clients align themselves to the aspirations of the community in which they're serving. Everybody wants to come to Detroit. It's a hot place to be, and we want new folks to come to the city. But many times folks get here and they don't know what the next steps are. Too often their aspirations don't fit the needs of the community. We fix that by building meaningful, lasting relationships. So we're excited to help Founders create its next chapter in Detroit. I like them. I like their values. And I believe that they are very sincere in wanting to make a difference here in Detroit. So over the coming months, specifically to your question, we will move quickly and with great rigor to build out a system of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Founders brews great beer guided by very specific processes. A successful DEI program will also create a process for management, measurement, benchmarking, and continuous improvement. Best practice will be the only practice. It will guide us just like all best-in-class companies around the world.
Can you all talk a little bit about what you feel like you've learned through this process? I understand that for me, we talked to you at our sister station, Fox, talked to you when we said for the settlement, I don't think we have so much of a diversity problem as we have more of a social media problem. But it looks like it was more than just a social media problem. To address what you feel like you've learned about through this experience.
Well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I think our what we've learned so far is that we didn't do a great job connecting with the community down here, and I think our intentions were right. That we wanted to be a part of the Detroit community. We wanted to be part of the rebirth and regrowth of Detroit, and I think we didn't do a great job. But we need to find the right people here in this community to partner with. That's why the partnership with the Thomas Group. That's why we're looking for a new manager. And we need to find out exactly and really evaluate what we've done right and where we had some shortcomings. And we're willing to do that.
Yeah, and in that effort, as stated, we're hiring a third-party consulting group to come in and really look at our processes and what we're doing and helping us, move forward in a better way. I mean, in business, we all learn each and every day as we go, and you're going to trip and fall. If you're not failing, you're not working towards success. So we realize that. We take diversity and inclusion very serious. We're one of the only handful of breweries in the entire United States of 7,000 brewers that actually has a department. Was it all it could be? Probably not. Can it be more? It will be. And that's our goal and that's our plan.
From a financial standpoint, you talked about how you made the decision to donate all your profits for 3 years and how you're able to afford to do that.
Yeah, from a purely financial perspective, we looked at the last couple years and saw that we were giving an economic impact just in wages alone over $3 million. And the expectation level of this could be another additional $2 million in donations over the 3-year period. It's a commitment that we want to make. We're a group at Founders that it is a diverse group. It really is. And we love what we do. We love all people, and we love to do good. I mean, beer is a great motivator for people to inspire people, and this is just another avenue. So, is it costly? That's not the point here. The point is really trying to connect in an honest way with the community and listening to the community and being a part of it in a real way.
Obviously, your last diversity and inclusion director quit, feeling like this wasn't being taken seriously enough. I know you can't address the settlement or anything like that, but certainly Tracy was lawsuit alleged things on the other side of the state as well. The white guy printer, the black guy printer, stuff like that. So do these measures extend beyond your Detroit location?
Yeah, we will take all of the actions that we've learned here in Detroit throughout the whole country. I mean, we're a national brand. But certain aspects certainly would be implemented into Grand Rapids. I mean, like I said, you learn each day as you're in business. And these situations, I think, become more opportunities for the future. So we will take our learnings here and it will reach on a national level. I mean, as we step up our charitable giving here, by no means are we ignoring other portions of the state. We're actually increasing our budgets now in West Michigan and throughout the state of Michigan and on a national level.
It's just in terms of the diversity and inclusion, efforts throughout the country.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of the business that you've lost, various bars and restaurants, you said, well, you can't support this, we're not going to serve you here right now. Do you reach back out to them now, or how do you go from here? What kind of
Next
financial
week.
loss do you suffer from that, and where does it go?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no question that people are questioning our brand and our motives and the integrity of the company. We've been doing this for 22 years now, and I've always said that beer brings people together regardless of their background. So we got to go back out there and hit the street and kind of do what we did, what we built the brand on, and that's going, door to door, making a lot of telephone calls, reassuring people that we're the same company that we always have been. But it's great. That's what beer is for. It brings people together.
I mean, starting next week, Dave and I will have a lot of windshield time. We've got a few hundred lost accounts on a national level, and we will personally connect with them. There's a lot of this is just some information that, you know, these folks need in a conversation to see that there's a great move forward plan. And I think once we have those conversations, you know, we can get back into good graces. Well, I mean, no doubt there's a financial impact. We wholeheartedly believe that what we're doing to move this forward will end up being a positive for us and our brand. So we're not terribly concerned about it, though it is obviously a concerning point. We have a lot of, you know, sales reps in the Detroit area specifically that have been hit pretty hard. So we'll be taking care of them, and we'll be working hard in Eastern Michigan, as Eastern Michigan was really the impact center, and then, you know, going out from there. But
In terms of your employees, I know obviously they went through that year, getting this new general manager out in early 2020. Do you think all of those employees will be back here, or do they have to reapply for their jobs, or how does that look, or do you not yet know?
we do not. You know, at this point, we're just trying to, I guess, design a reopening. And those folks, like I said, will be paying our Detroit staff through the end of the year. Our intent is to sit down with them, talk about the reopening, and have them be a part of it.
Do you have a date in mind? January, February?
It's really more, I think, centered around when we can get the proper, you know, general manager in place and really work with that person to identify how we need to set this up and move forward. So our hope, would be January, but could it be February? Sure, you know.
What's become of the previous general managers for the Detroit location?
Yeah, and you want?
So the former general manager has been relieved of all of his duties here in Detroit, and he's on leave right now at Founders. And we're just trying to figure out what's going to be best for him in the future.
What do you hope the headline is next year for Founders? In 1 year from now, what do you hope? You've been had a lot of headlines in the last 2 weeks. What do you hope the headline is next year?
I don't know.
I mean, I would hope it would be something, you know, how Founders is leading the way for impacting, you know, the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, and the craft beer industry as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good that will come, you know, from this, and if we can be a part of that throughout our whole industry, it would be highly impactful and honestly humbling. It would be a great point in our careers to be a part of something bigger than just Founders or just beer. And I say that a lot, that yes, we make beer and we sell beer, but Founders is more about than just making beer. It really is a family community that we have created, and people love. We have 600 plus employees, and they're extremely passionate about working for us. So all that passion digs up a lot of emotion, and we can harness that and bring that forward. And if we can bring that to an industry that needs it, then we'd love to be a part of that.
To any customers or fans who felt let down, what do you say to them today?
You want to go, and then I'll go?
You know, to our employees and to our customers, we want them to know that you know, we're sorry how this lawsuit affected them and perhaps put them in an awkward position. Beer should bring people together. We've said that over and over again, and we do. We've got a 22-year history of an extremely rich culture at Founders. And again, this is what we're supposed to do as a company. Mike and I talk about legacy, and we want our legacy to be about bringing people together, enjoying great beer, and building bridges.
Do you think you could successfully build a bridge with Ryan still on staff somewhere? I don't think people are going to let it go. They're not going to let it go.
I lost part of your question there.
So do you think that you're going to be able to maintain this with Ryan still somewhere
I would hope people understand, I guess, that the situation with the general manager that was down here, who will no longer be obviously the general manager down here, there was a lot of moving parts the last couple of weeks, so it was impossible for us to react at the time. So we've put him on a permanent leave until we can get to that situation, and we do plan on that. But it's not fair to also talk about, someone's personal file within the company, so can't comment on that.
What exactly does closing for so long accomplish in your eyes?
Well, I wouldn't stress so long. I mean, heck, if we could open tomorrow, we would. We're just guessing, knowing how the search goes to hire a qualified manager. We are not willing to put anything other than a 10 out of 10 general manager. So it's going to take some time. So this is sort of a guess to the future. If it could be in 2 months, we would be ready. We have staff, we have a facility. We just need management in place so that we can, move forward properly, so that when we do open the doors, it's the best it can be.
Are you looking at Detroit for that general manager or outside of Detroit?
We want a native Detroiter here that can be a part of this community, understands it, knows it, and can help us.
Dave, you had mentioned in our previous conversation that the previous employee that used the racial slur around Devin according to the lawsuit was still with the company. Is that person still with Founders right now?
Yes, they are. One thing that we talk about, the way we call it as part of our principles of Founders, is purposeful progress. We admit that none of us are perfect, and that there are learning opportunities throughout our lifetimes. And so we've had a very, very serious conversation with this employee, and this employee feels terrible about what happened, and but I think they learned their lesson.
And is according to this here, it says Buzz Thomas is the interim diversity and inclusion director. Does that mean you're still searching for a permanent person to fill that role?
Yeah, in fact, we talked with a group yesterday. I mean, we're actively seeking that, but in the meantime,
Yeah, my job is
Buzz.
to get the process going and to help build out the process so that the next person can come in and seamlessly make that transition.
and we were proud of the fact, last year when we got that department kicked off, and we made some good inroads. I mean, Gracie did a nice job getting things set up.
Yep.
What we've realized, though, is what we really need is some really deep curriculum, training, education, a program that is very deep and holistic over the whole company, and that's our move forward with our program.
And this program will be fluid too. It will constantly evolve.
Thank you.
You guys ready for a beer?
Thank you all.
Good? Thanks.